Now, when talking about credit scores for specific loans, there's a lot of different loans that have a lot of different requirements. So the first loan is going to be a conventional loan. This is one of the more common types of loan, and this requires a minimum of 620 on your credit score. Though you'll get better rates if you're above that 700 mark, and it's going to be a little bit easier to qualify as well. So 620 is going to be your minimum threshold, but if you want good interest rates, which will make your monthly payments a little bit lower, then you're going to want to be above that 700 mark. So another loan option that I want to talk about is an FHA loan option. And when I say this credit score, it's going to be a shock, but the minimum credit score that you need for an FHA loan is 500. Now, if you have a credit score between 500 and 579, then you're going to need 10% down. That's still not bad. A lot of people think 20% down for every loan, but even if you have a credit score of 500 to 579, 10% down. Now this gets better if you have a credit score of 580 and above. You can still use the FHA program, but then you only need 3.5% down. So on a $100,000 house, this is the difference of $6,500. On a $400,000 house, this is the difference of $26,000. So really, really important, even though you can qualify with 500 to 579, try to get above that 580 mark. You'll have more opportunities, less money out of pocket, and it's going to help with your interest rate a little bit more. Now, the third loan option is the VA loan option. And though there's not technically a hard cutoff point for what credit scores are allowed or what credit scores are not allowed, typically lenders like to see you be around that 580 to 620 range. This way they make sure that you're a reputable creditor, somebody who's going to pay back the loan. And, 580 to 620 still puts you in a really competitive range. That means that you can have some previous mistakes on your credit and just continue to build it up and get higher and higher. And again, for the VA loan, 0% down. So for all you veterans out there, VA loan, you maybe don't need as high of a credit score as you would think. And then for the final loan option that we're going to talk about today, the USDA loan, and this one requires a 640 credit score. So still a lot lower than what most people think. I feel like when I think of getting pre-approved for a mortgage, my mind always goes to 700, 720 credit score, but really you can be multiple hundred points below that and still be in line for a really good loan option.